Hi there and welcome back. Today I'm making a coffee and walnut loaf cake. This is a beautiful cake. I haven't made one in a long time, so I'm looking forward to making this one for you. I do have a recipe for a bigger coffee and walnut cake for an 8-inch tin, so if any of you want to make a bigger cake than this, I'll share the recipe as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix together some margarine and sugar. I like to use stork margarine for these kind of cakes. You can use butter either. And it's important that it's nice and soft. So I'm going to pour some sugar in here. And now I'm going to mix this together till it's nice and light and fluffy. All right, that's perfect. So now I'm going to add the eggs, and I'm going to add one at a time while I beat them in. Now add in the self-raising flour, walnuts. Now if you don't like walnuts, you can leave them out of this cake and just make a coffee cake instead. And I've got some coffee here that I've made. I've just melted some of my normal coffee with some warm water. Add that in there and get a spoon or a spatula and just mix all this in. Just be gentle mixing it in as well. And that's ready for the tin now, so just set this to one side. This is my 2-pound loaf tin, and I've just lined it with a little bit of greaseproof paper, and I've greased the sides of it as well. And now get your mixture in there and scrape out everything in that bowl. Level the top of it like that, and that's it, all done. Very easy to make. Now I'm going to get this into the oven for about 45 to 50 minutes. My coffee and walnut cake is fully baked. I've removed it from the tin and it's cooled down now, so I'm going to make some coffee buttercream to go on top. This buttercream is really easy. I've got some butter here and it's nice and soft. It's important to use butter, not margarine, for buttercream. So I'm going to whisk this up for about maybe 2 to 3 minutes till it's nice and soft. That's lovely and soft now, so I'm going to add in about 1/4 of the icing. I'm going to mix this in, and then I'm going to keep adding it in and mixing it till all the ice and sugar is added. Let's add some more. And now the last of the ice and sugar. Get it all in there. With the ice and sugar, I'm going to add some coffee. So this is just a little bit of coffee dissolved in some warm water, and I've let it cool down. If you have camp, you can use that either. And that's perfect. I'm just going to get a spatula and bring it together like that, just to show you the consistency. So that's the consistency of my buttercream. A little bit loose. Great. Now I'm going to set this to one side for a minute. Grab my coffee and walnut cake, pop it onto a nice serving plate. Now you've got 2 options for icing it. You can spoon the buttercream on top and just spread it out, and that's a lovely rustic look, or you can pop it into a piping bag if you have one with a piping tip or whatever. So I'm just going to get this into a piping bag now. I've one made up here, got a Wilton 1M nozzle. So this is how I do it. I just pull it down around my hand. You could pop it into a glass either, pop the buttercream in there, and then just pull it up. And I'm just going to do something really simple. I'm just going to pipe like this, just like that. Nothing too fancy. I love to pipe on buttercream, but I know some people feel that they're not good enough at doing it, but it's all down to practice. And just keep going like that. And one last one. And there you have it. And now I'm going to finish off with some chopped walnuts on top. Of course, if you don't want walnuts, just leave them off. And to finish off, a sprinkle of ice and sugar always looks good on top of a coffee cake. And that, everyone, is my coffee and walnut cake topped with a beautiful coffee buttercream, chopped walnuts and a sprinkle of ice and sugar. Now for my favourite part, let's cut a slice. You can see how soft and fluffy that sponge is, and all the walnuts are nicely mixed through it. And that's it. That's my coffee and walnut loaf cake, topped with a beautiful buttercream, some chopped walnuts and a sprinkle of icing sugar just to give it that lovely finish. This is a beautiful cake, there's fantastic flavours from it, and if you like a coffee and walnut cake, you're going to love this one. Give it a go everyone, and let me know what you think of it. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. Try out the recipe and we'll see you all soon. Happy baking everyone, and enjoy. Bye bye.